I get to have an experience with an audience, and it's all happening in real time. And I know if you're enjoying yourself or if you're not enjoying yourself. I'm getting that feedback in real time, which can be kind of crazy and dangerous and weird, but it's also an incredibly exhilarating experience, and it's very authentic. When you make film and television, you're kind of in the vacuum. You have no real idea if what you're doing is going to be good. And really, you don't even know until you see the thing, because like as an actor, I have a director and an editor and producers and studio executives that get to decide what my fate is. I go and do whatever the best I can on the day, it's Shazam or whatever, and then it's all up into somebody else's hands if they decide to cut that movie together. But even beyond that, you don't know how audiences are going to take it until I get the opportunity to come to a convention. And when I come to a convention, I meet so many wonderful people, just like you guys, who have taken time out of your very packed day to come and hang out with me in this ballroom right now. And this is where I get to understand who you are, what you like, what you don't, and the fact that you guys, again, line up to tell me how much you appreciate the things, and the time, and money, and the energy that you've invested into my career. I mean, man, it's the coolest. So I just appreciate you beyond words. I just want you all to know I love you, and when I tell you I love you, I fucking mean it, okay? Next question.
Hi. First of all, thanks for being here. Second of all, after reading your book, and you talk about your struggles with mental health and coming back and finding God again and all that.
Yeah.
You kind of mentioned about in Chuck it was a little bit more of a struggle acting and struggling with all that.
Yeah.
So since that's improved for you, obviously it's a journey of ups and downs, but when you're in a better place, are you approaching acting differently? It's kind of hard for us to see a difference, right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you're a good actor, so it all
Thank
looks the
you.
same. Is your approach different?
Yeah, no, most definitely, most definitely. By the way, has anybody, thank you for reading the book. Anybody else read Radical Love or gotten an opportunity? Thank you very much. I appreciate that you checked that out. If anyone out there, actually, you know what? Sorry, I'm going to tangent really quick. This is something I like to do too with my panels. Really quickly, show of hands, and I want everybody to just take a gander as we do this, okay? Show of hands, how many people deal with stress in their life? Crazy, right? Put your hands up. How many people deal with anxiety in their life? Take a look around, folks. Put your hands down, thank you. By the way, thank you for your vulnerability and your transparency. Show of hands, how many people have dealt with depression in their life? So many of us, right? Guys, we're all dealing with the same shit. It's in slightly different packages. It happens to us in slightly different ways, slightly different traumas, sometimes very much the exact same traumas. But the book that I wrote, Radical Love, is really trying to distill all that down and show us that we are not alone. Every single one of us is going through this stuff. So when your trauma, when the darkness wants to whisper to you, you are uniquely broken, no one's as broken as you are. And therefore, there's no way you're going to pull yourself out. There's no way anybody's going to love you. There's no way you can love yourself or that you're deserving of that love. That's all a fucking lie. You are so deserving of the love that you receive from anyone around you. You're deserving of giving yourself love. Believe me. Woo! Is when the emotions start. Trust me when I tell you that. If I have learned nothing else that's redemptive in this world, it's that you are worthy of inhabiting the space that you occupy in this world. You are so worthy of that. Love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. So as far as my acting is concerned, yeah, I mean, listen, as an actor, you are constantly dealing with rejection, like on a regular basis, particularly at the beginning of my career. But even still now, there's plenty of roles that I wish I could get and I don't get because there's plenty of other guys that are ahead of me, all of the Chris's probably. They just multiply, they're like gremlins in water. And they're also talented and good looking, god damn it. But yeah, there's still time, but the more you work on yourself, the more you are able to take that rejection and recognize that it's not personal. It's not at all. In fact, people have asked me, hey, I want to be an actor. What's your best piece of advice to be an actor? And I tell them the same thing. It's the same advice I would give you whether you want to be an actor or a writer or a director or a plumber or an advertiser or a CEO. It doesn't matter. Go to therapy. Go work on yourself. Go invest in yourself. Because the stronger and better you are as an individual, the far better you can be of service in this world in every way, shape, or form. Okay? Still working. Yes, sir.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for the job that you've done done so far as an actor and dealing with your mental health, and still doing the awesome fucking job that you do.
Thanks, man.
Because you are fucking awesome.
Thank you. Wow, see, the fucks are really dropping now.
No fucks given. So, I'm a police officer, so I deal with mental health daily, and I do the best that I can.
Thank you for your service, sir. Thank you. And keep being one of the good ones. And keep being one of the good ones.
I will do for
Yes.
it. With that being said, I fell in love with your work when it came to Chuck. How?
Here's another fun thing to do. Show my hands. Chuck fans? Hands down. Shazam fans? Hands down. Tango fans? I mean, it's a little biased. We're in Orlando right now. I mean, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel fans? Yeah, small but mighty. Let's continue.
Awesome. No, but lastly, how did you get to, how hard and distracting was it working with Yvonne Strabowski?
Bro, it was awesome. It was awesome. I mean, Yvonne, Adam, Sarah, Brian, Josh, Vic, Scott. I mean, they're still. I consider them my family. I don't see them on a regular basis like I did before, but I love them. I love our whole crew that we worked with for 5 minutes. I mean, we were and it was, to the lady earlier was referencing, Chuck was an incredible experience for me, but it was also insanely hard. I mean, I talk about it in the book. It beat me up, honestly, and the schedule beat us up. It was a mentally and emotionally very draining and caustic kind of situation oftentimes.
Which is personally why I believe that you are that amazing, because even though you're going through what you're going through, you're dealing with such a demanding show, and you're still kicked.
I appreciate that, but I would say that that's God. Any good in me is because that was gifted to me. And it doesn't mean that we don't choose to be a participant in that, right? We still have free will to go make the choices that we do. I advise that you follow the light when you do, okay? Whatever the light means to you guys, follow the light. The light, the love, the higher, positive vibrational energy. Go follow that. Go do good in the world. When things are starting to make you feel afraid and angry and hateful, that is... This is a Jedi thing at this point. I start talking about the dark side, and Palpatine just goes, "No, you won't." But genuinely, I mean, I can't, to me, God is like the Force in Star Wars, and you can choose to be a part of the dark side or not. And I really, really encourage you to not go to the dark side, guys. Don't be led by your hate. Don't be led by your fear. Don't do that. So all of that is stuff that was put in me before I even got to this planet. I think it's in my soul. I love people. I want to spread as much joy and love and healing as I can in whatever this life offers me. So thank you, man. I appreciate it.
God bless you. God bless you.
I'm Deanna, nice meeting you. First of all, Tangled is better than Frozen.
Good night, everybody! Listen. It's not a competition, but you're not wrong. Listen, it's all man, I shouldn't even comment on it. It doesn't matter. But it is such a great movie. I'm so grateful that I got to be Flynn Rider, Eugene Fitzherbert. I can't even tell you. I dreamt about it. Like a lot of y'all probably, WDW folks. And listen, I have never been to Walt Disney World. I know that is like sacrilege. I grew up in hear me out! All right, brother. Listen, California. I grew up in Southern California. I've been to Disneyland an infinite amount of times, okay? My entire family has never been to Walt Disney World, and I can't go without them. So I gotta wait for that moment where we can all go together, and it's gonna be a week of fucking awesomeness. But just know that I have been a Disney nerd since I was knee-high to a grasshopper, and I dreamed of being in a Disney animated musical, and damn it, I fucking did that! And more than that, I got to be in one of the best ones that there is. Playing, arguably, but not incorrectly, the best Disney prince that ever has been. I put Aladdin in his own category because he got his own movie, but as far as, you know what I mean? I'm the Han Solo of Disney animated princess. I mean, what are you gonna do? Anyway, continue, sorry.
You were originally auditioning for older Freddie for Shazam, but you got the call saying, no, we want you for the lead.
Yeah.
What was that day like?
It was amazing. I mean, literally, I talk about it in the book, but it all happened while I was still in therapy in Connecticut. I was in the process of saving my own life when this audition came back around. I had already passed on the initial audition for the role of Shazam because I knew The Rock was playing Black Adam, and I knew they were supposed to be doppelgangers. And I was like, I am not that guy's twin. I don't know how the hell I'm ever going to get this job. Called John Cena. And unfortunately they didn't. So then I, while finishing up my therapy in Connecticut, I get this other audition. It's for, what I didn't know at the time was Super Freddy. And I auditioned and they go, actually, hey, we love this, but we still haven't cast Shazam. And we think you could be our Shazam. And then a week later, I mean, oftentimes when you're auditioning for things in Hollywood or whatever, it's not a week. You audition, you wait. So from auditioning from a whole other role to then becoming the titular character of the movie was 1 week, and to me that was an absolute supernatural manifestation and clear evidence that going and doing the real work in your life, which is loving yourself, valuing yourself, healing yourself, when you can do that, those other amazing blessings can start falling into your life. Because guess what? Whether you believe it's the universe or God, it doesn't give you more than you can handle, right? I think we all kind of hear that a lot, and I really do believe in that. And that's because with all of it that comes with being the titular character of a superhero franchise, that's a lot of responsibility. And my ass was not ready to handle that responsibility if I wasn't loving myself the way that I needed to. And all of a sudden, I go and really work on that, and then boom, that blessing drops into my life. And now I'm not just what was also a cool blessing in playing Fandral, but I was supporting somebody else's superhero. Now I got to be my own superhero. And not more than that, I got to be a superhero that I think is honestly one of the coolest and funnest to play, because it's Tom Hanks and Big meets Christopher Reeves and Superman. Two things that I was like, oh my God, what am I doing right now? So it was the best.
And I'm for you because you are amazing and you are worthy.
Thank you. I love you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Yes.
Fitzherbert.
Yeah. Cassandra.
Are you aware that your smolder looks like a duck face?
I don't know what you're talking about.
And on a more serious note, is it true that you originally auditioned for Flynn with a British accent?
Absolutely, I did that. It was very interesting because at the time, they thought, well, Flynn should probably have an English accent, which also I kind of understand. I mean, he's like this swashbuckling person living in Corona, which is far more Europe than it is America anyway. And so he was originally written to have an English accent, and they were only seeing English actors. And thank God, my voiceover agent knew that I had a decent English accent. And she was like, please see him. He can do this English accent. And they're like, we don't know. She's like, no, please. And I'm like, okay, I'll give him a chance. And I was one of the only American actors that maybe got an opportunity to read for that role. And when I went in, it's all English. I can't remember exactly what it was all about, but I was doing that. And then I ended up, and I sang Sweet Baby James. We needed to have a song ready to sing. Now it knows when I'm angry. And so I sang Sweet Baby James, and then I got a call back, and they had me sing, at last I sang the light, the music, and I went and practiced that. And then I came back and I did that, and then I ended up getting the job. And then after all that happened, I believe it was John Lasseter had brought up a point to the team. He said, we've never had a Disney animated musical where the two main male and female leads weren't speaking in a North American kind of, mid-Atlantic to North American accent. And so they came back to my agents and they said, do you think Zach can do that? And then my agent asked me that. And then I said, well, yeah, I think, what, you mean this? You want me to do this? I think I can do that. So, yeah. Thank you. Next question.
So growing up, me and my friends used to to watch Video Game High School.
Yeah! Freddie won the game.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, how did that opportunity come around? What was it like working like surrounded by like YouTubers and stuff compared to what you do?
I was a really big fan of Freddie Wong. I was watching a lot of his videos online. I was like, man, I would love to collaborate with this guy. I think I reached out to him, slid into those DMs, you know, and was like, hey man, would love to collaborate. And then you know, what had happened was we kind of co-collaborated. I was able to get him onto an episode of Chuck. I can't remember the exact episode, but it's where I'm hacking. I'm you know, I'm drinking wine and doing my hacking and stuff. And he was the other hacker I was hacking against. That's Freddie Wong. And so I was able to get him to guest star on the show, and simultaneously he had me go over and get to play Ace in Video Game High School. So it was just a fun little season of collaboration. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
Cheers. Yeah, absolutely. Next question.
Hi, so I'm a huge fan of Chuck.
As you should be.
And my question was, if you could do it again, would you, and why?
Yeah, well, listen, I mean, I'm sure you guys have probably heard this before or seen it online or whatever, but I've been trying to make a Chuck movie even before we finished the series. I still want to do it. I don't want / I don't think it would be the way to go to try and reboot it for another season. I don't think we need to do that, and also trying to gather everyone's schedules in order for that to work is a much more difficult thing. We're trying to get everybody's schedules to work for like 2 months, or we could go make, because every episode of the show is basically a little 80s action movie anyway, so why we can't just keep making cool installments of that, I don't know. I don't see the reason why. I would do that every other year until I'm 85, and even that, I'd be like, let's go! Out of being in a wheelchair, clearly. So yeah, I would love to do more of it. I think it's just it's such fertile, fun ground to go play in, and I would love to get that game back together. I love it so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, totally. Next question over here. Great t-shirt.
Thank you. And thank you for being here, making my day today.
Happy to be here.
Let's talk about Eugene for a second.
Let's start with Eugene for a second.
Yeah. What does his bachelor party look like? Who's invited? And who's the best man on board?
Pascal is not my best man. Although he gives great tongue in the ear. Lance. How many people have watched the series, the Taylor series? Listen, if you guys, if you've seen the movie and you've not seen the series, you're sleeping on something real. Honestly. Oh my goodness. Does this one work? Does this one work? I'm gonna try this one. Watch this one totally give out. It's just gonna be like, no, I don't like you either. You really should, if you get a chance, go watch the series. It's really well done. It's a different animation style because we didn't have the money to go and make all the CG. But it's really fun. It's almost like basically the animation style is as if Rapunzel drew it all herself. It's like in her art style, and the storylines are adult. It's not a kiddie cartoon. It's in the same vein as the movie. It's for all ages. It's intelligent. It's heartfelt. It's really cool. So anyway, my best friend in that would be my best man, I would imagine. And I don't know, what would it be like? It would be us having fun, doing fun things, probably robbing someone. But like somebody who deserved it, you know what I mean? Like we don't rob the good people anymore. We rob them. Yeah, thanks. Okay. Next question.
Hi. So I wanted to say that I love you since Chuck. We have all the Chuck, the entire series at home.
Thank
so
you. I love you too.
It was, you know, it's a wonderful, fun show to watch as a family. But I am actually here to. I'll let you continue.
Guys, man. You nerds. You're the most lascivious little fuckers. And you're welcome. Yes, go. The question is. Oh, and then of course there's a child there. Hello.
How hard was it to be an actor?
I'm sorry, what?
How hard was it to be an actor?
How hard was it to be an actor? Honestly, effortless. I am so good at what I do. That, no, well, listen, it's actually quite difficult to break in, to start in the business of being an actor. Because there's a lot of people that want to be actors. And that means a lot of competition. And it's a very subjective business, so it's not like a real meritocracy like, I'm glad I'm using words like meritocracy with you. It's not like sports where, you know, if you run the fastest, you ran the fastest. It's all of a sudden very subjective. Now people are like, well, I like you or I don't like you, and I don't know why I don't like you, but I don't like you. In fact, that's going on right now with the movie that just came out. Whole other conversation, we'll save that. Anyway, but so it can be very difficult, but also, if you can do it, and I dreamed about, how old are you, young lady?
6.
6 years old. So basically, since I was your age, I knew that I was supposed to be an actor. I believed that God made me to do this, to bring entertainment to people, to bring joy to people. And I dreamed it. I believed it. And I kept working on it, and I started doing theater, and I kept getting better at it, and learning and growing and sponging up all the things that I could. And then eventually, I was so blessed that I got to start working and doing things like this, and being a part of things like Tangled and Chuck and Shazam and all these amazing projects. But it wasn't easy. It was hard to get there. But I'm really glad that it all worked out. Yeah. Thank you very much. Great question. Go look up meritocracy. It's a great word to understand. There are very few of them left. Yes? Yeah, raise them up.
We met you a few years ago, and
Okay.
we love your movies, and we would like to take another picture with you again.
You like it? Well, what? The photo? I have photo ops soon. The photo ops are soon. What's that?
He wants to show you the picture from last MEGACON.
If you come, you can show me at my booth. If you come to my booth, when I go back and sign everything there, you can show me that photo there, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, buddy. Thank you. Yes.
This is backtracking to what you said about Shazam.
Okay.
When the first one came out, everybody was hyped about the appearance of Superman.
Yeah.
And we even saw it in Black Adam. How do you feel personally about the direction that the DCU is taking?
Try not to step in a pile of shit. I'm gonna judge you one way or another. Watch this video get cut into all kinds of non-contextual blasphemy. So, listen, I don't know. Honestly, I'm just grateful to be Shazam. You know what I mean? All those other things are all well above my pay grade. I recently made a video that I felt was very honest and earnest and kind and was not defamatory to anyone. And a certain group of people who are, I think, unfortunately representing a much larger group of people who are, by and large, cool, but this small, very venomous, hateful, toxic, dark-hearted group of people want to take whatever I say and make it sound like I'm saying other things. And that is so sad on so many levels. So I will probably not weigh in on almost any of this stuff in the future, and unfortunately, because these are the people that go ruin it for everybody else. And not that I'm going to be silent about things, but it's just not really worth it at the end of the day. But I was very disappointed that we ended up with a headless Superman at the end of our movie, because that was not. Oh my God! Doing it again. Is it me? It's me. So, am I touching it a little? So yeah, but listen, I'm a comic book nerd, right? So like, I am all about the crossover. I am all about the cameo. I loved growing up reading comic books and basically, you know, like reading Hulk and Spider-Man guest stars, or reading Spider-Man and Hulk guest stars, but it's also like, it talks about the same time frame, so they kind of cross off. Like, this is genius. In fact, honestly, I remember, like, even before I became an actor in television and film, I was always curious, why the heck aren't people doing this? I was surprised, honestly. Like, wouldn't it be cool if you were watching more television, and like, they kind of do it with like the Chicago fires and all that stuff, but because they all live in the same universe. But what if, like, I don't know, Chuck and a few other shows on NBC that were all on the same night? What if we all had like these tie-ins and guest stars and all? Like, wouldn't that be fun? And nobody would do that stuff. Nobody could wrap their head around it. And then finally Marvel were like, well, with the movies, we're gonna do that. And then lo and behold, everybody loved it. Shocker. So I love all that stuff, and I hope I get to keep playing Shazam longer. But I mean that's. Thank you for your question. Yes. Help that boy out. Somebody roll with that microphone. Or pop it off. There you go. Keep it better. Hi. I love your Shazam shirt there, buddy. Yeah, you got the cape and everything, bro.
Do you like Eugene Fitzherbert or Flynn Rider, the name better?
Which name do I like better? Ooh, that's a good question. Also, polarizing. I'm going to offend half this audience. So I love that his real name is Eugene Fitzherbert. And I don't like it just for the joke of it. I like it because it's something that's vulnerable. It's something that shows the humanity of that character, you know? But Flynn Rider, I mean, there's a reason he chose this. Because it's a dope name. It sounds like, you know, it's like Errol Flynn. I mean, it sounds like a swashbuckling, awesome adventurer, Indiana Jones, you know? We call the dog Indiana. You want me to know that dog? Anyway, so I love them both. I love them both, but for different reasons. Which one do you like the most?
Eugene Fitzherbert.
Okay, well there you go. Actually, show of hands. Who likes Eugene Fitzherbert more? Down. Show of hands. Who likes Flynn Rider more? So there you go. You guys are great. Okay. Next question.
Hello.
Hi.
That's really rude.
It was rude of me.
Yeah, how dare you mock me?
Oh. I didn't realize I was, but okay.
Okay. So we would like to know if it's okay if we ask 2 questions.
Well, there's 2 of you, so okay.
So I would like to know if you can voice act one of your favorite lines from Flynn Rider.
Frying pans, who knew, right? Something like that.
And we wanted to know who is your favorite Disney princess?
Well, I mean,
Other
obviously
than Rapunzel.
Other than Rapunzel. You know, I think maybe Belle. I just love that she's so, like, genuinely independent, intelligent, curious, strong, empathetic, sees beyond just the physical that she sees in the Beast and sees deeper than that. I mean, there's so many parts of her as a character that I think are wonderful and wife-worthy, so I hope I find my Belle someday. Yeah.
I'm telling Rapunzel you said that.
She'd understand. She's super dumb, she gets it. We talk about that all the time. Thank you very much, appreciate your questions. Yep. Next.
Hi. So you mentioned that following the light and forging your own path are vital for an individual. And I not only thought that was beautiful, but true at its core. So, as such, how have you been able to take your experiences and perspectives as an individual and weave it throughout the foundations of your characters?
Oh. How much time we got? You know, honestly, I think most of it is just subconscious stuff. I mean, you bring the essence of who you are to whatever character you're playing at any given time, wherever you're at in your life, right? And there's not a lot of yes, please, come in. We're going to do the altar call in about 10 minutes. So some people got that joke. Thank you. You're going to pass buckets around. It's going to be great. Crackers and grape juice. Anyway, what's the question? Right. So I try to listen. The only thing I'm really trying to do with any character is just try to bring it to life as authentically as possible. And if that happens to share any of the life lessons or DNA of who Zach is, then it happens to share it. And if not, it doesn't. But it's not normally a very conscious decision. I will say though, because there's the essence of who you are, inescapably is just in all of that stuff, you know? You'll see subconscious things that are now put into those characters because I have grown as an individual and I want them to, you know, grow as individuals too, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. Okay, great. Glad we got some fun. Over there.
Hi.
Oh, wait, so is that a mocker? Is that mocker?
I'm the devil.
Yes, go ahead.
I just blanked for a second. Sorry.
It's okay.
Nerves. So for season 3 of Tangled the series, when you got the script for one of the episodes towards not season 3, season 2 actually, I'm sorry.
I'm not going to remember either way, so you go ahead.
Okay, great, cool. When you got the script and towards the last 2 episodes, and Flynn had that song, what was your thought on how he could portray finding out basically his entire life is just completely changing because now he finds out that he's a prince and now it's just everything.
Yeah. Well, again, that was all, as an actor, you're going based on the script that they're giving you. That informs all of the emotion and all of the decisions you're kind of taking from that. And the song itself is full of that information. So just, I was already, Chris Sonnenberg, who was our showrunner on that, was a fantastic individual, by the way. And that was, all of the writers on that show were so great. But we were already having conversations about where all that line was going to go. So I knew before we even started the series, there was a lot of this really cool stuff that was down the pipe. So it didn't shock me in that moment. I was already so stoked that they were going to get deeper into, Flynn Eugene's entire kind of backstory, where it came from, and then there's actually all this cool lineage and stuff. So I thought that was really cool. Yeah.
Because I'm I love Flynn, so I'm just finding out more about him. I'm just oh my God.
Absolutely. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. Next question.
First and foremost, thank you for being here. I'm hearing everything you were just speaking about. It's just been inspiring for me.
Thanks, man. How to be here and how to be talking right now. Yeah.
Saving my own life, going through diagnosis after diagnosis of mental health. Thank you.
Are you loving yourself?
Yes.
Good. Don't ever stop doing that. Hi, over here.
Hey.
Hi. Are you Rapunzel up? Yes, you are.
Yes, I am. So my question for you is, as you may know, Walt Disney World, we only have the Tangled bathrooms.
Yes, I heard.
Yes. So I'm wondering, if Tangled were to get an attraction at Walt Disney World, what would you want to see? And for legal reasons, let everyone know you do not speak for the Walt Disney Company right now.
Is this where the snipers come out? And we're going to rush down so I'll start training in my forehead? Take the shot. Listen. Yeah, I love that the only Tangled experience at Walt Disney World is the shitter. It's an important place. People spend a lot of time there. You gotta take what you can get. But I don't know. Well, there is. I think it's Hong Kong, isn't it? Is it Hong Kong? Or there's one of them, Shanghai, that's going to have a Tangled ride. Tokyo. Oh, there's a lot of disinformation. It's Tokyo. It's Shanghai. It's one of those parks. There's going to be a Tangled. It's the one with the ocean. It's Disney Ocean. It's Tokyo Disney Sea. Tokyo Disney. Oh, it is Tokyo. So Tokyo Disney Sea. There will be a ride. I can't wait for that. But if I could have one in the parks in the States right now, I don't know. I mean, listen, I've always been a huge fan of all the storybook rides. I love them. I love getting on the pirate's boat in Peter Pan and flying around. I love going on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. They're just really fun little rides, They're almost like, to me, the simplicity of them is what makes them so much more kind of rewritable. Whereas some of the larger rides, or like a roller coaster, for example, whatever, like roller coasters can be fun, but it's like, all right, did it, I got the adrenaline from it, whatever that was, but there's less of the whole magic of Disney that's all piled into it. So I would love to do some kind of a fun storybook ride. And if it also involved, you know what, that's what it is. I want to do something that was like G-Splash Mountain. So it's basically you get the story of a bride, but you also get like a little wet along the way, you know what I mean? Like you get into a gondola and you're seeing all like, oh, last I see the love. That would be loud. Yeah. Yes, thank you, appreciate that. Yes.
Hi, this is just a side note. I kind of named my cat after you.
You kind of named your cat?
His name is Flynn.
Okay.
So that's just a side note to the question. But how is it like singing in Tangled and like just being able to just sing with actual anymore and all that kind of fun stuff?
It was incredible, honestly. I mean, again, I dreamt since I was a little kid of being in a Disney animated musical. By the way, as a child, I had no idea who Alan Menken was. As a child, the gasps, oh my God. But like, it wasn't until later in life that I recognized, you know, one of the two voices or, you know, minds that shaped so much of the music that I loved was this guy. And then for Glenn to come along and partner and, you know, to be writing these lyrics for this incredible music in Tangled, and I was now living my dreams on so many levels that I was even singing Alan Menken tunes was like insanity. Yeah, I mean, listen, I love singing. I wish I could do more of it in my career. I'm trying to do more of it in my career, but at this point, thank you.
You should.
If I record an album, I hope you guys enjoy it. But, you know, to be able to do Broadway now a couple of times, to be able to do Tangled and actually sing those songs. I love when people, I love the shock delight that I get when people go, you sang it? As if I was not the one who sang it, because, you know, as we all know, for a lot of those years of Disney animated musicals, the actor who voiced the character did not sing the character. So that Mandy and I got to do both was really, really cool. Very grateful I got that job on so many levels. So thank you, appreciate it. Oh no! Really? We're already out of time? Hold on, one more. Make it good. Oh my God, no pressure. Oh my God.
Have you ever turned down a role that you wish you hadn't?
Yeah, when they offered me Captain America, I thought, you know, it's so much more of Chris. That's my time, everybody. Love you! Let's do it, Orlando! I love you forever. Keep loving yourselves and keep loving each other. Deal? Deal.